What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Slagga Smash Flashpoint on Chrome difficulty with a challenge to never use any primary weapons. And we are now running into probably the hardest challenge we've got on this playthrough, which is the combat mission Slagga Smash. And yeah, since we don't have any big ticket weapons, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than normal. So we are changing our squad up a little bit here. We're putting our gunslinger in since our hacker's going to be kind of useless. We have picked up some decent melee weaponry to slice down armor, which will be helpful. Of course, equipping ourselves with stuns and smokes as per usual. Have picked up some stun sticks recently. He's going to keep on with that pistol. We've got the big slice on our Agent EX here as well. And then the big ticket's going to be simply the gunslinger with revolver with a scope attached. So we'll see if we can do pretty well here. We did, by the way, respec our our Agent EX a little bit and put him into soldier for coordinated charge and marker sights since, yeah, there's no stealth to be had here. So he's going to try to be a combat guy. Okay, well, that is going to be the squad. We're going to do what we can to run this mission, double checking there's no other leverage we can really get. No, there's not. We did buy calibration leak, so I can actively lower armor if needed at some other point in time. Otherwise, though, this is the squad, this is the mission, and if we get it right, we're gonna have access to more weaponry, which will be cool. All right, let's get it. You know, they've dug in tight. It's to hold the highlighted space for 4 turns. And for now, it's worth noting that there is a Free Streets compact gunner right here. One over here as well, one over here. And of course, the grunt captains, who are not exactly squishy. And so what I want to probably start by doing is letting them run to us because they have SMGs, right? We can look at the model and be like, yeah, SMGs don't have a lot of range. They can go ahead and run towards us. I don't really care. You guys have fun, right? You guys can go ahead and get out of position. Yeah, it's probably going to be you guys being in cover as well, but... and then I would love to get these passive loot boxes as well. There is going to be real loot here. That's going to be a little bit tougher, though. But regardless, let the guards have their turns first. Unfortunately, Talon's initiative is really awkward. So he can't actually go ahead of everybody. But they are running in. They shouldn't be getting in attack range, but if they do, then we're going to be sad and taking some damage. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, so they're mostly grouping up for now. And one annoying thing, actually, is he's not even going to be in range for Tactical Surge, so it's going to be... I mean, he can delay it for next turn, but... Actually, oh, here's something cool. So if I coordinate a charge, everyone gets 2 initiative, which actually puts Red Gold back at 9, which puts him ahead of Gamma, which is still not what I want. The only guys left, yeah, are you two. So, well, is what it is. Let's pop coordinate a charge. And because of how this delay is going to work out, I'm going to marker sights now. I can't reach anyone else. Okay. I want to marker sights the group here, but that's going to be really awkward. So, it just kind of is what it is. He can run forward. He actually might get close to range. I think it's going to be fine here. Yeah, they all run up. All right, so you're going to be, you know, actually real and annoying, but it is what it is. All right, so here's the plan. Right, I think we can hide from you pretty reliably. We can hide like behind this wall or here or something. Like this isn't going to be that big of a threat. If I really have to stun, I will, but I don't want to. So what I want is kind of maximal damage. Probably want to poison them. And if I can, I want to save my stuns. That would be ideal if I could possibly do that. So if I go to like here, right? That's basically enough for Venom Trap, or I guess 1 Venom Trap and 1 Biocode or something like that. Or like, yeah, and Brainworm costs 0, by the way. So actually, you know what? Brainworming these guys seems correct because, well, I'm probably going to use 1 charge. I will Brainworm one of them, though. Because I might as well start the cooldown. It costs 0 action points. And he's going to be on my team for 3 turns. So I should use it proactively. And that means I need to wear down... I need to outward kill these 2. I need to force this guy down. And I can probably ignore him for a turn. Right? That's going to be the actual play here. So we're going to Venom Trap you, probably. We're going to Biocoat you, probably. I'm going to Brainworm you, and we're going to, like, just use weaponry on these guys. And worth noting, by the way, if we check the damage comparisons, I just do more damage with melee than the pistol, right? It's just kind of not close. So it's gonna be something like this, where I'm gonna run all the way up to here. Yeah, I think it's run up to here. You're actually behind the wall, so you're gonna be hard to shoot. I mean, he could probably get to like here and still shoot me, but it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna brainworm you. I'm gonna save brainworm for the other one. But I'm gonna venom trap you. And I'm gonna biocoat you. And it's a guaranteed glancing hit because of the melee range. But now you're at least taking a bunch of guaranteed damage, right? And because I moved my stuff around, I've got to like redo the math here. You're taking 175. Okay, you're taking 175 this turn. That's not, you know, that's not bad. And you're brainworm, so I can ignore you. Okay, how scary are you going to be? Thankfully, not scary yet. Okay, so let's coordinate it. Let's tactical search. And I think we're in a good position that I can save some of my tools. You have a good initiative roll. So you're like the priority kill. But you have an armor cutter, so we're going to have you start with this guy. And if I absolutely have to stun, I will, but I shouldn't have to stun. We shredded the first hit. To be fair, it's more than 50%, so that's relatively likely at all points. You're now always dead with your 65 remaining health. In fact, that second strike... No, the second strike was needed, right? Because it did like... yeah, I did like 200 something, so that was going to be needed no matter what. And so, which one do I want to shoot? I want to shoot Ulto. It's not guaranteed. In fact, can I get in range for melee? Yes. Okay, the better option then is swinging the sword, right? Like we can compare the damage here, but it's like, I think not terribly close. I think this is going to be more damage in most contexts here. Actually, not quite true. Let's see. If they reduce 40%, that means this is 90 plus 100 is 190, and this is what? It's really close, actually. And the accuracy's better, so I think we'll still go for this, but it's not as cut and dry. In a lot of other contexts, I will go for revolver shots. And that was a glance, unfortunately. And then you're not going to do anything special just yet. Okay, so going here and going for a shot seems very reasonable. I think fanning isn't needed just yet. I don't think I'll need it. At least not, again, not yet. Alright, there's one. Accuracy is nice. Now the funny thing is, this is the kind of place where Finger Trick would have been good. And I could have, instead of getting like Link Watch charges or something, gone somewhere else, but it's fine for now. And so I can't quite book it all the way there, so we'll have to grab the node next turn. You're at a 13. We'll have to cover you somehow. We'll need to find a kill on you. Hopefully your brainworm is useful and you should do something for me. That would be nice. Nice crit. Good job. I'm tempted to throw Marker Sights down right now. It's a 3-turn cooldown, and so getting it started is actually pretty valuable, I think. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run over here. Right, he's gonna grab the spot, and I'm gonna start Marker Sights on cooldown right now, so that we can claim this kill. So, yeah, no reinforcements yet. That's kind of nice. I'm a little curious if I can make this risk happen and go for the box. It's almost certainly incorrect. That accuracy looks decent, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be fine. This guy who's brainworm is going to do nothing for a while. Whatever. Shot 1. Shot 2. Wow, okay. I guess we'll shoot at him, right? We can get him low. No reason not to, as far as I'm concerned. I'm tempted to run this guy for the free loot. I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted. You're brainworms. You shouldn't shoot me. We're probably going to get reinforcements next turn. Actually, I'm going to put him here anyway, because I think he's going to have a... I think, right, this is clearly a reinforcement point, right? I mean, that looks like a reinforcement point. That looks like a reinforcement point. That might be. That clearly is. This is not. Right? They almost always go for... This could be, like, relatively diegetic spots. But this is pretty close to where they're going to come out. And so I think this is very playable to go from here and try to shoot from there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have him run there because it's actually correct, like, combat-wise. And then, in order to play safety in numbers, I'm going to do the same thing with my Scourge. I'm going to choose to not be greedy, though, and actually... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to throw Tox Cloud at that. So at the end of the turn, it'll move forward, and if enemies do spawn there, it'll catch them. And then I'm going to go ahead and greed out and go for the boxes. Kind of silly, but I decided I'm going to be greedy. So we'll get you onto the box, and they'll put you onto the spot. And so we're on the spot on turn 2, which means, what, around turn 6 we're done? Good amount of stuff. And then what is your correct spot? Like, where do I want you to stand? If that's reinforcements, this is not in line of sight. If that's reinforcements, I don't have range. So I basically have to be really hidden, which means, like... I mean, this guy, like, actually can't fight, is the problem. Like, his weaponry is too short range. Like, this revolver just, or this SMG just does not reach very far, so... yeah, I'm probably mostly just hiding, which means I'm going to stand somewhere like this, behind a bunch of full cover, and... Or even like that. I think that actually blocks everything. And you're just going to be full-on hiding for a while. With nothing else to do. And then you're brainwormed. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to do, right? Like, there's no one to fight, so... Turn 3, here we go. And what do we get? We get a captain and a Pobot, looks like. Oh, and there's a guy right there. I forgot about that, actually. And there's a Pobot and a captain and a sword guy. Okay. So you've got a Z-Edge. Right, free streets, compacts, melee character. Thankfully, not a lot of health, not a lot of armor. We've got the grunt captain, but here is the, actual thing we care about, which is, thankfully, he's got a shotgun, so it's short range. Means we can, like, really dance around that. Shotguns tend to have about, like, 10, like, it's like 12 meters, like, max range, and, like, 8 meters optimal. Okay, well, we've got you guys in the poison. It's at least going to lower your move speed. You are a grunt captain. Actually, yeah, you're also a shotgun, so it's not going to be a huge problem just yet. I don't think you're going to reach me right away. You are still brainwormed, and in fact, I probably want to brainworm you if I could, but I'm really far away, so I'm probably going to brainworm you instead. And I don't think we can't brainworm Pobots, from my recollection. So who can I shoot? You, but why would I? I probably want to instantly Atomic Stutter, or what I could do is try to get behind enough cover where if none of them can reach me, we can again let them all waste their turns doing nothing. And then come out with an Atomic Stutter once they're done running up. Which lets me be a little bit more efficient and is, I think, generally stronger. The only question is, are you scary? And I don't think you are, so I'm going to go ahead and just walk here. And then just be like, yeah, good enough for me. Now, you guys need to be killed, actually, I think. I need to... Oh, shoot. Okay, here's the tough thing. Is I need to reload first. Because I was going to be, like, really low on shots here. Alright, so I'm going to basically go for a really aggressive play. Which is... Instantly... I'm going to have no cover, but I don't have a choice. I mean, I have a choice, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, here's Fanning. Fanning is very good. It's quite a lot of damage. It's not going to kill everyone, unfortunately. But it's good damage. And then... Actually, I should report this bug. Fanning says it costs 3 AP, but only costs 2. Fanning says it costs 3 AP, but actually costs 2. It makes you spend... Or it makes you have 3 AP to use it, but it always only spends 2 on use. Alright. So, by being greedy like this, I have opened up a bit of a can of worms. And unfortunately, because you're going first in initiative, even if I do something like... oh yeah, I gotta switch guns as well, make sure I can use Overwatch correctly. There you go. Shoot at him, please. Please hit. Nope. Sucks to suck. Oh, well. Oh, he debuffed him, though, which is nice. Alright, so am I really worried about you? Not terribly. It should be fine in almost always. I guess you're not going to easily die. I'm not going to have an easy time getting all of your health at once, but... And then this feels like a marker sites for accuracy here. The crit would be nice. Wow, okay. Okay, I guess we just crit both times. We take this. Alright, you're reasonably safe. Not the most safe, but reasonably safe. Can I kill you? Because if I can kill you, you're dead, and then you're going to be, you know, potentially... you're going to have a harder time because of the Overwatch cone. That'll make my life a lot easier. He actually got 2 shots, which is good. Actually, he's got 2 shots of Overwatch. I think we're just going to stop them both and it'll be fine. Full YOLO, okay? Full absolute greed, stupid play YOLO. Why would I bother being smart when I can greed for loot boxes? Wasn't even a very good loot box. Ah, okay, I'm in line of sight here. But I have cover. That should have been a really, like, 12% chance to hit or something. It was literally 0. He literally couldn't have hit me if he wanted to. Because it was max range SMG and I'm behind full cover. That actually makes sense. It's going to be even worse with the rest of them. But, yeah, okay, here's what I have to do. Ah, crud. I'm going to have a really hard time getting the right initiative order. So, I can't get my initiative to, like, 11 or something. If I use pre-computed, I go to 18. I can yield to 8, and that means I can go behind this guy, and that's it. That's pretty miserable. That's, like, not very useful at all. So, 2 meters of optimal range is fine. I don't care about that. I think we just shoot. We get what we can. And then, because I have no manipulation right now, I'm going to use this just for -2 initiative. Which means, hopefully, next turn, I will be safe. And able to be... able to go... Yeah, so I'm going at 18, which is going to be pretty reasonable. We missed you. We try again. Okay, he's dead. But now, unfortunately, I don't have him blocked off. And... Yep. Ooh, that hurt. Crit and shred. Yeah, that's a bit of a yikes. And he's going before. Thankfully, second's going before, but... yeah, it's a bit of an ow. Alright. Dang, what was the chance to hit there as well? 49% and he crit. Ouch. Oh well. He's not going to the next mission, so... I don't really care if he gets heavily debuffed or anything. And then you shouldn't be getting in range of anything here. I'm not worried about you. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, are you going at the start? Okay, we have more reinforcements here. And they are more Pobots. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit scary. Oh, you had a good initiative roll. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to get shot at here. Yep. Ow. Well, my Cyberknight's now going to be injured, which is a bad sign for me. I think I can buff most of my team here. Let's do that. You need to be stunned. For sure. This is going to be done relatively soon, right? We've only got a few turns left, so that's going to be out of the way. Must stun you. What's your weaponry? You have an assault rifle, you have an assault rifle. So they're not Pobots, they're sort of mecha infantry, so these are the even better ones, right? 1287 and... come on, game. You're ruining my hover-overs. Hello? Okay. The hovers are getting bugged. I don't know why. I don't know how to fix it. Well, I can't see the production points anymore. Oh, well. Here, I guess I'll send that as a bug as well. I guess I can still at least aim at them, and I think that'll show me armor on the way in. Wait for the report to go through. There we go. Yeah, so at least I can see armor here. And if I go here, it shows me protection points, so it's at least something, but not ideal. All right, so unfortunately, I did not get enough initial damage to feel good about this. And I greeted and had my my Scourge on the wrong side of the map, so we've got to, like, try to kill this guy, which is going to be a miserable experience. So I've got the stun. That's something. I can throw smoke if needed. That's something. I can throw smoke from here, which is also good. I can do some damage to you and then try to run back. Or I can simply just run back and hide in smoke. That's not amazing, because as soon as they contest, it doesn't count the turn. I can obviously just throw shock mines. That would be functional. I'm trying to greed my utility, and I really shouldn't be. Like, I should be willing to throw shock mines. It's totally fine. Oh, I also can't tell if you're still... Okay, you're brain for the rest of this turn. Unfortunately, my Scourge is nowhere near the rest of the human enemies. Like, if my Scourge was on this side, he could, like, he could have brainwormed him, and they could have ganged up on the Pobot for me. And that would have been actually really useful. But I didn't do that. So that's a bit of a problem. Well, you're not going until 18. I've got several turns here to go for attacks here. And I think I can get you to throw... Yeah, I'm gonna go for some damage here. There's no armor to slice, so let's just swing. Okay, well, that's your turn over, but I can throw smoke on you and it's gonna be okay. You've got a job to do now, which is to kill this guy. The only difference between the guns is accuracy. Here's the reload. Let's go for... Oh, shoot! I forgot. I'm so dumb. Lower their armor, duh. That would have been good last turn. He would have maybe still had the same number of shots, but clearly should have lowered their armor. That was a mistake. As soon as the guy spawned, I should have done it. Anyway. Yeah, I can go for, like, flush plus pin down to, like, make this guy easier to hit. Yeah, my actually just not that great. He's technically obstructed. I don't know if that makes it any better. Probably not. Yeah, the hover's not working, so I can't even tell. So I guess we just go for pin down for minus evasion. That's something. We go for flush to lower your armor by more. And then I'm going to go for Link Watch with 2 charges. Because I want to try to make sure that I can interrupt you as you move, and I can interrupt you as you attack. Okay, so the plan here is going to be run up, throw smoke, then run back. That should work. These guys aren't melee, so that shouldn't be a threat. That'll clearly land. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw... Do I want to throw marker sights down? You're stunned for 2 turns, right? Actually, you're stunned for 3 because I just buffed that. You're going at 18. I'm going before you, though, at least. I think... I'm going to probably keep chasing that guy, so I think I'm going to marker sights you. I think that actually makes sense. And actually, while I'm here, because I can always spend 2 action points getting back, I can spend 4 AP shooting. So I think it's just shoot, and then run back. And I can get to... here, which I think is very functional. That's still full cover. Wow, we shredded for a shot? That's actually really great. That's a meaningful damage increase. Alright, sweet. And then, yep, hide there. They're going to be scary. They're going to have Overwatch cones and a lot of range, but we're still pretty far from them for now. You're still debuffed. Please kill him. Thank you very much. And the crit. We take those. Of course, his turn starts next. Dude, you suck at this. At least he's... How does he miss everything, though? That's wild. At least we get 17, which is not amazing. I'm still going to greed out because I can't help myself, even though it's, like, pretty clearly wrong. Oh boy. What loot. Alright. So yeah, that was obviously maybe not the best options here, but why do you keep missing? It's pretty miserable. Alright. They're running around and putting in Overwatch cones, but thankfully I'm pretty far away from them, so it's not too bad. Okay, no new reinforcements yet, that's good. Peter used Rallying Cry. Accuracy and move points. That doesn't affect me, I assume. Doesn't look like it. Does it affect them? Didn't affect you. It did affect you, though. Okay. So you're back to aggro, by the way. You're far from me, but you could probably get closer. I think coordinated charge makes sense here. I think him trying to shoot me is not going to be a big problem. It is going to be plus accuracy and move points. We can get... He can get to, like, here and then shoot at me, I guess, pretty reliably. So do I care about that? Well, one thing I could do, actually, is I could... So I can try to act right now. I can't shoot from here. Yeah, no, not yet. You're very, very low, and I want to kill you. I can... Okay, I'm going to go here. Kill this guy. Right, this seems correct. I can stun you later. This kill seems very safe, and I should always do it. Goodbye. I can easily get back into smoke, which is good. I can go much farther up. And I am in range for Rewind. Which I want to spend, actually. That way he has smoke again. This, by the way, the smoke drops at the end of this turn. So if I don't get a good initiative roll, I'm in a really bad spot. And so what's nice is I can end my turn. I will know what his initiative roll is, and then Talon can immediately be like, "Oh, this actually sucks. Let's throw down new smoke." So he rolled literally minimum. So of course, coordinate charge is back already. You're still stunned for at least one more turn. I think another one after this one. Yeah, you're stunned for 2 turns. You're back on the map, and you have the ability to threaten me, right? You have the ability to get to here and then throw down damage. So what I want to do is like smoke around here, which will still clearly block the Cyber Knight, and pretty clearly that gets him, right? I'm pretty sure that gets him. That looks fine. But it also clearly blocks line of sight on me. Like there's no way he can shoot my guy. I can like walk over a little bit if I wanted to, but it's not gonna be a big deal. Like he can't get to like here and then shoot me. I guess his Pobot could theoretically be scary, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So he can yield. Yeah, you can't do anything. You're still stunned. Okay, how injured? I mean, a little injured, but not as injured as I want you to be. Fanning here should be decent. This should be actually really good damage. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, okay? 700 damage. Crit, shred, thank you. You're done for now, but you're starting again next turn. And I would be in the open, so I might come down here so that I can take like a safer route through. Something else I'm really waiting for. These guys are going to advance up, so I want to make sure I'm not in their like eye line. Let's come down here. You can come try to do similar things. I could try to march you up for a brainworm. Right, like I could... If I wanted to go somewhere like this, I could go here and brainworm somebody. Which seems not entirely unreasonable, to be honest. I mean, you're going at 21. The only problem is he's already... I mean, I guess he's not going in the next mission, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like brainworming is actually a really good use of time. The only problem is these guys can run up and get line of sight. So I might want to, like, be somewhere a little bit cheekier. Like, if I hide here, this actually, with the stairwell, probably blocks decently. I think it's not miserable. I think that's not any better. I'm not going to be in range anyway. I can't get anywhere too special. I can get, like, behind a bad pillar, which only gives partial cover. And to consider that, like, I can't even check the meters away they are, right? Yeah, they're going to try to block full line of sight by being back here. This should actually block pretty well. I'm guessing this blocks most of their angles on me, and it'll be fine. And I can still brainworm for 0 action points. That seems correct here. Okay, you're on my time. You're on my side now. Hey, the hovers are back. That's good. Don't know what fixed it, but I'm glad it's fixed. And then I guess I should try to shoot the Pobot. I need to stay in the square though, so I guess I can't really do anything. Alright, I guess you just reload and sit here. We'll save marker sites for another turn. Alright, what are these guys doing? You have an AR, and they're really just not moving up, just kind of overwatching me. Okay, that's fine then. I don't mind that. You have fun with that. Oh. That's enough. Okay. Thankfully they didn't advance too far. But obviously that can get pretty hectic. Alright, well we're okay. We made it all the way up at the very start. If I didn't have coordinated charge, we'd be forced to probably wait another turn or two. Right? If we don't have all the move speed talents, we're like on the point on turn 3 or 4 instead of on turn 2. And so that gives a lot more room for the enemies to get to you. But because I rushed that one and was able to kill the sniper the first turn without the sniper like preventing me from doing anything. Because like imagine like I'm not there at the start, right? Imagine I'm not there already in melee range by the time the sniper spawns. It's like, okay, well, maybe we kill the sniper on turn, 3 when it spawns, but we don't get there till 4. We have 2 more turns to spend doing everything else. Like, yeah, we probably get jumped on, right? We probably get advanced on, but worked out. So now he sells imported weaponry and imported weapon mods. Of course, he is injured and wounded, but that's okay. He's not going into the missions. We get a pretty good payment overall, which is just fine. So, yeah, we get some Warner Brown weaponry, which is cool. We got some drugs from the boxes, which are fine, I guess. Didn't get the most exciting stuff, of course. Yeah, so our guard being injured is whatever. Him being stressed is whatever. I don't care either. You can go unequip your stuff now, because I don't care about you anymore. Obviously, here's the core 4 people. These guys leveled up, which is good. He's in the trainer, and then so now that I can buy imported goods, right? Let's look at weapons, and we'll look at weapon mods in a sec as well. But what I want is, what does Diego sell now, right? He sells a new assault rifle. He sells a new sniper rifle. I believe this is new as well. I think this counts as imported, right? Here's the NX standard. Here's the Kaza rail dart. This, by the way, is this is when SMGs finally get good. Yes, it's really expensive. But let's look at this damage output, right? Like, let's compare the Kaza rail dart to, I don't know, the whatever level 2 SMG I could have bought, which was... Where are you? There you go. The auto-lit, right? Okay, so base actually the same. Sure, whatever. Alright, so I lose 15 ballistic damage and I gain 40 pure damage. That is massively better. Hitting 6 out of 7 is functionally relevant unless I'm shooting 3 people, which I'm not going to. My accuracy is better by 4 meters. My max range is better by 2, which means that's still also superior. My armor shred is, you know, a third higher. So I'm getting, you know, 50% armor shred on a full auto instead of like 38-ish. Definitely, you know, quite good there. Yeah, the total damage, like, even if you only have, like, 40% DR, which is a basic guard, this 85 is doing, what, 6 times 85 is, like, 50-ish, instead this is doing, like, 90, almost. This is, like, functionally double damage, or pretty close to it, honestly. Yeah, it's just clearly better, by a lot. It's, again, functionally double damage. Now, the downside is, you don't get rapid fire, so your reloads cost 3 action points instead of 2 action points. You don't get the final shot for 1 AP, but you still get precise burst, and you get 10 bonus accuracy if you're against someone with cover, which is pretty helpful, right? So you get functionally double damage. You get like functionally, you know, 30% more armor shred. You get functionally plus 2 to 4 range. But hey, you're a little bit AP taxed, so you've got to figure out your reloads. But this is like when guns are actually good, and it's like worth actually buying these. Like this is how you get a meaningful amount of damage. And then the other ones are like not as important. Like, oh, I have this level 2 sword. It's like, yeah, but like, you know, I could have just had the sling blade, right? It's like, yeah, sling blades, you know, I lose 70 base damage here, but the sling blade has pure damage on top, right? And then like, these things are the same, right? The actives are the same, ammo's the same, right? Also it's the same. It's like, is this really better than Sling Blade? Not really, right? Here's Sling Blade, right? In green, London Edge, I lose pure damage. I get, it's like slightly more damage, but like, do I care? No. It's cheaper, which is nice, right? So that's something. But like, whatever. Realistically though, if I'm dealing damage, just buy a stun stick, right? 90 pure damage instead of 158 here. It's just better. Yeah, okay, Armor Shred's worse, but you know, whatever. This AR is really nice. I think this gun is so much better than the old ARs. So it's like, hey, here's probably the better one is the Street Dragon. It's like, I get the long sight, it's a Street Dragon. Okay, my accuracy's a lot worse, but like, actually this one's not amazing because of not getting any pure damage. Actually, you could argue the Street Dragon is actually superior here. The full math is a lot harder to do, but you get a lot of range, and range is such a good stat. If you are a soldier and you're running savagery, you suddenly don't care about pure damage anymore, and then you just care about range and hitting as many people as possible. That's pretty amazing. I don't like the CQ. It's got 12 max range. That kind of sucks. We can look at the mods though as well, right? We filter out only show me what Diego's got. Show me the new powerful and rare stuff, and you're like, ah, I've got a new suppressor. So if we go to like the basic suppressor and we compare, that's the UA. Here's Pistol Silencer, and then here's the Whisper Light. 3 meters of range is not a huge deal, but it does matter actually. This has an impact. I can start silencing snipers in a decent way. Shotgun barrel, but there's like some decent stuff here. I think, yeah, there's a better grip, right? I think. I think this has better pistol grips. Maybe it doesn't. I think the better pistol grips are actually limit breaking to level 2 mods, not imported mods. So that one actually probably doesn't matter too much, but let's see. Are there any like good pistol scopes? No, there's nothing new here. Nothing new here. Yeah, there's this. This is the only thing that's new. So that's not too special. If we look at SMG stuff, I guess yeah, there's literally this is I think already existed by the way. I think we already had this from the start, so this isn't too special either. But yeah, the SMG is like the big upgrade as far as I'm concerned. So, okay, the plan, basically, and thankfully I got lucky and he didn't get wounded. I would have had, this would have been a little harder if he had gotten, you know, forced downtime, but we're okay here. So, the plan is to get Cyber Knight, HEX, Hacker, and Second Hacker. One of these two. Let's see, so what could you be running, right? Yeah, if you're level 7, we can get 0 Interrupt, right? We've got max duration overclock. I probably could have not taken this duration node. And just simply gone for like, you know, only 4 points here and gotten at least a point in packet loss. That would have been actually probably decent. Another option here would have been, we can look at you, right? We can say, hey, well, what if we trained you up and we know we still want this stuff? We know we want the charge. Well, we could actually spend a decent amount here and get packet loss plus 1 charge. And, you know, that's 2 points here, and then I can spend like 2 points here. And then he's actually pretty good at dropping this stuff down. Now, he's a little bit worse at hacking, right? We can compare him, right? He's got plus 9 Matrix AP, plus 1 Cyberdeck armor. And she's got plus 24 Matrix AP, plus 2 Cyberdeck armor. So it's like, well, okay, do I want the 17 Matrix AP, or 15 Matrix AP, I think is the math here. Or do I want the fact that he's going to have slightly better packet loss so that I can keep, you know, stuff down for longer? Well, I don't know, right? Like, that's a real comparison, right? The rest of these don't matter a ton. Right, they actually both have hard stop, by the way, so that's the same. But, you know, he's got Tremors, and she's got XP gain, I guess. Obviously, her tech stat's higher. So that's a comparison point. I'm actually leaning toward Lincoln because of packet loss power, legitimately. I think that's actually a pretty big driver here. Either way, I'm still going to wait for my, let's see, this token's in 4 days 12. This token is in 1 day 6. I do want to spend a token there. I'm not going to risk Carnivore. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, maybe I can jam in one more thing here, but it's not a big enough deal. These things this requires module 3. Get the revolver done. That seems fine. Ultimately, yeah, he's done with that. I don't think I have a strong reason to run these missions. I mean, I could, right? I could run one of my hackers on this. Like, how close is she to leveling up, actually? 50 XP? Actually, if she runs the Solo Matrix hack, I think she actually gets enough that she would level up. I don't have tokens for all, though, I think, right? This, actually, Sims Retrainer is getting a token in 6 hours. So I think having Miriam hop out, run the mission, and get level 7, and then respec is just like the best of all worlds, I think. And then I don't think I care about my other hacker, my primary hacker. I mean, he would level up, but like, do I care what he would get? I mean, yes, kind of, but it's the same thing, right? It's like, well, I can get more packet loss, but like, yes, I can get more packet loss. That's what they're all doing. So, you know, unfortunately, I'm a little bit token starved here. You know, maybe I should have been more willing to have packet loss points, but I don't. So, oh well. The consideration here basically is that, like, I can go to my field up center, and I can buy this, right? I can turn off devices for functionally 3 turns, which means I wouldn't need a lot of packet loss value because I'll just turn everything off for 3 turns. That'll be enough to get a lot done. I won't have to spend any action points turning stuff off. It'll be fine. And I guess I've already taken the move speed one, right? Oh no, sorry, it's here. Sorry. It was like, yeah, I can turn everything off with 1 token. I don't have enough for this, right? I don't have level 3. Or I could grab this and then, hey, you know, on 2 separate occasions, right? Both phase 1 and phase 2, I get 2 move points. And so I, you know, hopefully like don't have to deal, like I get to knock down guards more easily, or I get across the map sooner, or, you know, some other positive thing happens, all of which is pretty valuable. So this is probably slightly better because, well, this right, prints 8 action points twice, right? It prints 8 total action points on turn 1. It prints 8 total action points on turn 2. This is functionally packet loss on, you know, 5 or 6 devices, which is, you know, 5 or 6 AP as well, but it's also AP that I know I need to use, that I know is valuable, that I know is going to do something that I care about, and I might not even have all of the packet loss charges that I need, right? So I've got to do some consideration here of what's more important. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure which one's the better option. But that's kind of where the choice structure is for me. End of the day, though, the goal is going to be... Okay, I guess my hacker's going to run this, right? Let's go to level 7. I think it's just... Or level 8, I should say, right? And I think her not having big packet loss is fine. I don't think it's a huge enough deal. I think we just say, this is your play. You don't have the token. It's fine. We'll get you level 1 packet loss as a result, and we'll spend the token on the primary hacker, and that'll have to be fine. I think that's going to be the play here. So what I'm going to do is actually run this mission during the time frame. I'm going to pop her out of the trainer. I'm going to get her level 8 by running a hack mission, instead of getting him level 9 by doing something else. I think that's totally fine. We're going to cancel her training. Yes. We're going to switch the Cyberdex over, right? So that, here you go. Manage deck. You can unequip that. You're fine for now. She can equip this new deck. Congrats. You can wear any gear. It doesn't matter at all. Here's your armor. Here's your random garbage that I don't care about. Great. Ready to run a mission. I don't care. Right, we're gonna wait for this craft no matter what, and we'll do it during the recording, I guess. Right, it might as well. We will have, yeah, so hacking station gets a charge in 4 days 12, which means I can't use it for any of these things. That's fine. Let's go run our CPU spike. We'll get some money. That's decent. I could buy another level 2 deck. I don't think I want to. I don't think there's a real reason to do so. So let's just level up my secondary hacker. Here you go. Oh, right. She won't play for Warner Braun. I forgot about that. Yep, she hates them. Okay, just kidding. So she can't do it, which means can anyone else do it? That matters. I guess we can have him do it and go level 11, right? I don't see why he wouldn't. Let's just do that. Right. Silly mistake. Okay, well, you can equip that back. We can't share XP to her, so it's just not going to get any better. And so then we once again say, well, you know, based on your class training, right, you're already level 8. She's not going to level up anymore. She can't. We can grab Ripper if we want to. We can grab the no-op pieces. We can grab packet loss, which, yeah, I mean, you're going to grab no-op. I think you can grab 2 charges packet loss. That's functional. I think it's reasonable. I don't see a reason not to do that, I guess. And you're my guy because you're level 8 and you have packet loss. And that seems fine. I don't need duration here on overclock. It doesn't matter. We'll just make sure we can take down random things. Leveling my primary hacker seems functional. So sure. Right, here you go, buddy. It doesn't matter what your gear is because all you're doing is hacking. You've got level 2 deck. You should be fine. You don't have any leverage. That's fine too. Right, literally can't buy any. That's okay. Let's just take this. And then when this is done, we'll progress forward. We'll get our gear. We'll run Carnivore. Alrighty, I've got 4 turns. It's a yellow host, which shouldn't be too bad. This was generated at PL4, I believe. And it's another, pretty straightforward one. Load some of the basics. Yeah. I believe CPU is here on this tile set. And then there's like one of these nodes is dead, and then one of these is something else. Anyway, tally shouldn't matter too much. It's only yellow host. Connection use has to be killed no matter what. Okay, looks like we have more of the same here, so that's fine. Tally. Losing sleaze actually really sucks here. Kind of a lot. Okay, AP is not my primary constraint on early turns, so let's just go ahead and take a step back. Oh, right, I can't even connect. Okay, so I have to get around this somehow. Wow, that really sucks. I have to 0 interrupt this. Because I literally can't do anything else otherwise. That's really unfortunate. Oh well. I'm going to load these so I can get rid of all the active ice. Damage to connection is not a big deal. AP cost is not a big deal either. Tally matters more, so I'm going to go ahead and take down Tally. Deception, sleaze, scan. More active ice that I can't easily deal with. I'm going to rip her just so I can throw on Deception again. And I don't have a reason to really go forward, so I could. Okay, so let's see. This costs 2 action points, right? So I can spend 2 going forward, spend another 4 disabling stuff, and then I would easily have enough extra points left to do other stuff, so it seems fine. Yeah, action results fine, so let's get rid of security tally. And I'm actually going to go here in order to clean up my deck space. Okay, so I know what's over here now. If there's no action point tax, I can run down here, right? Spend 2 doing that. Spam null op, and then still have scan for the rest of it. See, I got enough. So that's mission complete. So there are some downloads here that I will try to deal with. But hey, for my first turn, right? Of course, I had to use like all of my talents here, and I'm down to pretty low cyber deck shield. I still got through, 5 nodes plus the actual objective, and there's going to be download here and a download here, and we can make decent progress. So, can't do anything else. I need to load disarm for next turn, so nothing else to do. So let's go ahead and end. Scan for traps, download, and load a program. Okay, well, only download then. We're now getting 3 downloads per, which is kind of nice. This is going to have an active ice trigger on me, but it is what it is. I could unload scan to make room for loading deception here. That's kind of not unreasonable. I think I'm going to unload scan. It's only going to cost me 1, right? I've only got 1 charge left anyway. But by doing this, I can load deception. I can go here. And then, again, I'm willing to take connection damage because it's still at 41. So I'm going to block tally. Then take connection damage. Have to kill you no matter what. Now I can load scan back. And I can get through... Ooh, yeah, I can still get through this. This is fine. So, damage to connection. Scan for traps. This is when you exit the node. Scan a second time to reveal that stuff. Download access. Sure, take these. Escalation's coming in eventually. When you exit relocates. Okay, whatever. There's only passive and trap on that node. So, hello? Download, use a program. Okay, well, let's go in this order then. That's all fine. And we're done. It's turn 2, and we completely cleared out the host. We didn't take any cyber damage. We didn't take meaningful cyber hacker damage. We're clean. Got everything we wanted. Yeah, I'm happy if hacking is this sort of a minigame. I really don't mind. Okay. Pretty chill. He levels up, which gives me a talent point to spend. We get some accounts. We got, you know what, 7 total downloads, which is fine. The payment's actually pretty reasonable. And as I mentioned before, I'm already at the power, like the enemy scaling cap, so like there's no longer any like tax on anything I'm doing anymore. Obviously our heat level's really high. We're gonna deal with that, you know, when we can, but can't do it just yet. So yeah, the goal is wait until this is done, equip myself with it, and then be happy. You're injured, you'll stay injured for a while, you're going to get a stress limit break, I don't care. You just don't really matter to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and gear our squad for the mission, right? We know who's going, let's gear them, and then understand that we're actually going to be running it. So, for our mission planning, we've already bought Matrix Nuke for the first level, that's fine. We prep our mercs to deploy. We are going to take you out and put you in. We can train a lot of people, that's fine. Because, yeah, we're going to use you, right? And you're going to go back to a silence pistol, by the way. So, let's see. Who doesn't need gear, basically, right? Let's sort by gear level. Who doesn't need gear? You're not holding gear, you're not holding gear, you're not holding gear, you're not holding gear. You don't need gear. Let's have you unequip. Just so I have, like, all the options available to me. My Scourge doesn't need gear. Let's have you unequip as well. Because you're not going. Okay. So here's your Raptor with an optic. Your secondary might be... Well, it's not going to be the secure shot, that's for sure. But here's your Raptor. I guess you'll have a sword? A revolver? Probably a revolver, actually. Or a stun stick. I actually think stun stick is very reasonable here. If things go bad, you can stun. I think that's actually totally functional. You can hold on to one of the heals. Actually, we have spare smoke? We do probably, right? Yeah, we have spare smoke. Everyone should have probably stun plus smoke, if they can help it. Concussion grenade plus smoke grenade seems reasonable. Alright, Agent EX. He's got a sword. Let's probably give you a pistol as well. Here's your silencer. Okay, something is holding onto the other optics, so I've got to be smart about what's doing what. Let me check my inventory. Yep, you have mods attached. There we go. That's the only ones with mods attached. That's fine. Okay, let's go back. So, yeah, my Agent EX has a big sword and an okay pistol. My hacker has a big pistol. And maybe shouldn't. Maybe this should switch around. Let's have you switch back. Drop the Raptor. So my hacker probably don't need the good pistols because they're not going to be busy, right? You need a Raptor, of course. So the Cyberknight has a Raptor. You've got a Raptor. Need to silence it, right? So sword with a grip and a Raptor. Sword with a grip and a Raptor, right? They've also got the red dot. Hacker has a regular... Well, actually, let's give him a stun stick, right? This is better. A stun stick and a secure shot. Then she's going to have... Let's just do it for slot funsies. A stun stick and a secure shot. Okay, I'm still missing an optic somewhere. So I know I have 4. So what did I get wrong? There it is. There's my optic. Okay. Here you go. Alright, and... Yeah, I've got my 2 Omni Slices. I'm building a 3rd one, I think. Which I might not need, actually. Let's handle the training. So my hacker is here. And I can go for second charge of packet loss, or I can grab Spoof and block a QSec escalation. It only blocks 1, but considering I'm always AP rich on my first turn, there's real validity in grabbing this versus having the 2 disables. The tough thing is, right, if I look at it, it's like, well, she doesn't have any of that. I actually, for what it's worth, if she's on level 1 cyber deck, I think I can actually skip Zero Interrupt and just, like, I'm going to get the retrain token, right? So let's see. Let's back up, right? We've got our token in yeah, in no time at all. These missions are due for a little bit. Which means I'm pretty sure the correct play is to retrain her to not go for 0 interrupt and instead get packet loss. I think that's correct, actually. So let's let time tick forward for a sec. Okay. We're going to go ahead and set up for the counter intel pod because there's something else to really build for us. So let's do that. Let's start that. I could buy our level 2 cyber deck if I wanted to. Worth noting, I want to look at my Wire Ghost friends real quick. So I've got, is it Potato or is it the other one? It's not Potato. So it's, where are you? There's Dance Hall. Yeah, Dance Hall's not close to Influence. She does have level 3 programs, but only level 2 cyber decks, which is actually fine. I could invest very heavily in getting another decent looking cyber deck. That might be, I mean, so here's the weird thing, right? If I go for a level 2 cyber deck and meaningfully upgraded programs, I'm going to be in a spot where she will need Ripper compression. If I don't upgrade cyber decks, I allow her to just go for packet loss because she's not going to need that. So that's kind of the consideration I'm in, is like, which version of hacking do I want from her? And also keep in mind that's going to be a really big sunk cost because I don't need another level 2 cyber deck. That sunk cost seems not worth it. I'd rather invest that in my base as I, you know, free up some space here. So I think, yeah, we can just go for these instead, and that seems fine. Let's go upgrade the hacking station. We're going field ops 3. We're going to go for counter intel. That'll be nice. So if we ever pick the save back up, we're going to be in a better spot with our base. That's the better option, I think. After Carnivore, we can go get our clinic. We can, like, theoretically, right, in a world we're going towards PL5, PL6, we would upgrade our clinic. We start putting in cybernetic augments, and that would start feeling really good. But until we get, like, yeah, we're just kind of not there yet. But definitely do want that. It's actually pretty valuable. Another option as well for big progress is going to module level 3, which is not even that expensive, right? It's not cheap, right? But we can do it, and that lets me get underworld contacts. And one of the things that's guessable here is a doctor with level 3 implants. It doesn't have every implant in the game, but it has a large number and most of the ones that you actually want. Of course, you can just, you know, instead of spending, again, 750k on this, you can spend 400k on that, and you've also got most of the augments you already want. So this is a cheaper version of that, although there are other contacts from the Underworld Hub level 3 that you would also care about, so it's not, you know, it's not exactly 1-to-1, but it, you know, the price tag is still the price tag. All right, so yeah, there's no point in retraining until we're, like, really ready to go on the mission, so, you know, let's, like, detox some random people. You four are going. You can be detoxed. You can't be detoxed. You can be. I guess I might as well detox you, right? Have fun, buddy. Go feel bad about yourself. He's out of the trainer, which doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, we're getting this pistol ready because somebody's bound to want it, right? I mean, maybe not. Like, I'm thinking about this, and it's like, I think them having pistols is better. I think them having swords is also better. Like, sorry, having stun sticks is actually better. Unless I wanted my Agent EX to have a revolver instead of a sword, but I actually think the sword's correct. So I think I'm not going to do anything special here. Other than... Yeah, I think I'm not doing anything special here. Okay. One option, actually, is buying the upgraded silencers, because the extra, like, 3 or whatever meters matters for these. I probably will end up buying those. I'll buy them at the end, though. This is at 0 seconds, and I want to make sure I get the success here. You're busy with the mission anyway as well, so let's go ahead and use this token. So now this is at 94, and we get a token just in time, looks like. It'll be like right after Carnivore as it is. And you're going to have 100%, so that's good. Hey! Oh my gosh, finally. Okay, cool. So I might actually play this mission for a while, or the save for a while. So there is a... In the end of December, they added a couple extra missions that are tied to having a gun runner on a power play. And so what I might end up doing is, like, after I finish all the story content here, I'm going to probably downgrade the save from Chrome and save Scum until I can always get Origami Joe missions and force him to force him to limit break again. And then using that, I'm going to try to spawn his special missions. So that'll probably be what's going to be, when I have time, what's going to be next for this set of saves. And the fact that it's no longer Chrome doesn't really matter, because who cares? So that's actually huge. So Power Play basically unlocks another set of missions. It unlocks people doing interesting stuff. So it's kind of unfortunate that it has no intrinsic value, but It means that I can finally play the content that got added a month ago that I never could get to roll in any of my saves. I have like multiple PL 4 to 5 saves, and I couldn't get any of them to do what I wanted. So that's kind of hype. All right. So yeah, let's let this be done. I guess I might as well. I guess it doesn't really matter. This guy detoxes. Okay, legitimately, if I'm not using this revolver, there's no reason to rush it out this way, right? Like, double checking something. Yeah, okay, that's from you. I don't care. But legitimately, like, if I'm not using the revolver, and I'm not, then I have nothing else to wait for Carnivore, so I should run it now. Because I'm not going to get... yeah, the token's in 2 days 12. This is 2 days 6. Fatal token's already up. So it's like, basically, let's make the call. Do I want the move points, or do I want the security to disable? Understanding that I play this mission on a very tight, like, timeline in the mission itself. And so the 2 move points helps me on phase 1, which does matter, as well as help me on phase 2. And this was only gonna help me on phase 2, but maybe I can play around it. Like, maybe I can do a thing where it's gonna be okay, but there's gonna be a lot of devices to disable. That's just going to be true. I think it's the move points. I think we're just gonna pull the trigger and say we're doing the move points. We're grabbing that leverage. And what I'm going to do is say, okay, we're ready to train. You've got 0 interrupt, you've got ripper compression, you've got null up, you've got overclock. Let's grab the second packet loss charge. And let's go to the Agent EX. Understand that I've already done weird stuff with his stuff. Credit charge is done. Marker size is looking pretty solid. Go to the Agent EX tree. We can get 1 point in Line Crawler. It's a little bit more. It also lasts for 3 turns, which is kind of nice. So we can get some more device disabling. So disables. And then you go to your class training. And I'm going to respec you so I can take packet loss. And I'm going to skip 0 interrupt, I think. So my last 3 points, what I could do is go towards spoof. I could grab duration overclock. I could go for something like range and duration, which I really don't think I need, but I could do. I could multi-class her into I don't know what. I could faked vitals to stop the body timer of somebody. I don't think that's really worthwhile either. One thing I do like about this is these are actually really good attribute nodes, right? I get tech and AP and tech and cyberdeck armor, which are both like quite nice. And I can grab spoof, which is cool. It just means I don't have 0 interrupt. Of course, I already don't have 0 interrupt because I took packet loss with upgrade. And I think ultimately, realistically, this is the right play. Because I'm not planning on hacking for significant loot. I'm planning on just, because I've already played the mission, I actually know what I'm looking for here. And so I think it's just going to be pretty chill overall. So yeah, I don't want to buy more upgrades here. One thing I could choose to do is buy another level 2 program. So worth noting, right? My max IO per turn is 200, but it's not really 200 because if I look at my stuff, it's actually 380, right? And so if I look at this deck and I say, well, it's actually 380, and my active memory is 300. Okay, well, 60, 60, 60, 60, that's 240, right? So I have 240, which means I have, if it's really 380, I have another room for 140, right? I have room for 260s or a 60 and an 80, and there aren't 80s, by the way. So I have room for like basically 1 extra program load, or 2 extra program loads, and if I upgraded anything, I would only have room for 1 program load. And that's, not amazing. It's not super ideal. The active memory 300, again, this is 240, which means I would have room for, a 5th program, right? 1 more 60, which means I could upgrade something to, 100 memory type of program. But that would actually block 1 IO, or like 1 upload per turn, which I don't love. So until you get a level 2 cyber deck, it's not really worth upgrading your programs. Not much anyway. You could maybe go Deception 2, but even that's, it's questionable. As long as you're willing to hold Deception 1, it's fine. You could go for something like Disarm 2 or Sleaze 2, and then just hold it. Actually, I probably will do that, and the reason is, or or Disarm 2 or Sleaze 2, because at some point I'm going to upgrade the other deck anyway. And so, like, the other programs have active use. But, man, I don't know if I'm going to actually use this, though, is the problem. Like, I'm not going to use it here. Like, I don't have, like, real reason for Sleaze 2 or Disarm 2. I can't even fit all the programs. Like, my active memory exactly fits this right here, right? 200, 300, 360. What do I have? 360. I literally can't fit another level 2 program without dropping Deception 2, and it's the best level 2 program. It's not close. You should always go for Deception 2, Scan 3. It's just, in that order as well, by the way, it's just the best permutation of programs while holding your understudies back. So there's not really a point there. One thing you could do, theoretically, is buy, like, Nuke or Decoy. Again, I don't have enough active memory for this to be good, but I could grab Decoy 1. Except that would keep me, in my old cyber deck, from holding everything, right? I would need something with less memory footprint. I could go for a Nuke. I don't know why I would, but it could be there. Ultimately, there's just nothing really lines up without getting better cyber decks, so to me, there's no real point. So anyway, the end result is... oh, that's the wrong one. It's going here. We have Magic Suit for the first node. We prep our Mechs. And then we're going to look at here, right, is that your training is that you have Spoof, you have Packet Loss, and you're ready to go. So this squad is going to run Carnivore. It's power level 9. We've got sticks, we've got swords, we've got pistols, and I will see you next episode. Bye-bye.